Welcome and thank you for joining us for another episode of Catholicism Unwrapped. I'm Father Vogel.
And I'm Father Bierman.
In this episode, we will be talking about sleeping.
Sleeping and what happens when you sleep, namely dreams.
Oh, okay. I don't really dream a whole lot, but...
That means you're not getting enough sleep, probably.
Oh. Well, yes, I'll go to bed later or something.
Dreams and visions.
Okay.
I think dreams happen during the REM stage, right?
Yes, they do. And deep sleep, you don't dream. So that's why
Right.
When you're sleep deprived, you go more into deep sleep.
And you're paralyzed too, right?
During REM sleep?
Or during the
Deep sleep? Oh, I don't know.
We are your hosts, Father Andy the Greater and Father Andy the Lesser.
Buckle up, we've got a lot to cover. This is Catholicism Unwrapped. I'm always told that you can't dream that you die.
Because you wake
up before that happens. Like if you fall off a cliff or something,
yeah,
you always wake up before you hit the ground.
Yeah.
So
I dreamt that my brother fell off this really high wall and died.
Yeah, you can dream that other people die, but you can't dream that you die.
That was a terrible dream.
Yeah, that would not be good. So, other than having crazy dreams, what have you been up to?
Let's see. Well, we had the celebration of the presentation this morning, which was
so we're recording on February 2nd.
Kind of the unofficial ending of the Christmas season.
Yeah. Do you want to give like a minute explanation on the tradition of Christmas season lasting until the presentation?
Oh, well, the presentation is always 40 days after Christmas, so it falls on February 2nd.
Okay.
Also known as Groundhog Day, and there is a connect.
I wanted the same. No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
the less important feast day. But there is a connection, I think, between the two because the Feast of Presentation is all about light. So Jesus is the light to reveal yourself to the nations.
Yeah, so maybe back up a little bit. What happened at the presentation?
Jesus was brought into the temple.
Okay.
And Joseph and Mary made an offering.
Okay.
Normally it's a lamb and a dove, but if you're poor, you can offer 2 doves, which is...
Are those readings read several times during the modern Christmas season? With Anna and Simeon.
Anna and Simeon. Well, I think those are the readings for the presentation.
Yeah, I think those are read several times during the modern Christmas season. But the presentation is when those events would have actually taken place, which is celebrated today.
And it's tied in with the Exodus story. The firstborn son was going to be killed.
Yeah.
In the last plague, but not for the Israelites because they offered a lamb in sacrifice who would take the place of their firstborn son, I suppose you could say. Yeah. So the lamb is killed instead, and therefore the angel of death passes over them. Yeah. And so the readings talk about how Jesus is the lamb that is coming to sacrifice, and he's going to purify the world, purifying and refining.
Oh. And so how bring that back to the candles or the light.
And so when Simeon takes Jesus into his arms, he says, now at last you can let your servant go in peace. My own eyes have seen the salvation which you have prepared in the sight of every people, a light to reveal you to the nations and the glory of your people Israel.
Beautiful.
Which we say every day at night prayer, which is how it's memorized.
Yeah, the canticle of Simeon. And so you can bless candles, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can bring in candles and bless them. You can start with a candle procession coming into the church. Okay. And the prayer says that Simeon recognized Jesus even though he was a child, and because the divine light revealed it to him. Yeah. And so in the same way, the groundhog recognizes the sunlight and he sees his shadow. So then there's
if there's light and he sees his shadow, then there's more or less winter. I forget.
There's 6 more weeks of winter.
Okay.
If he doesn't see his shadow, then spring is coming soon. But for us in Minnesota, 6 more weeks of winter would be soon spring.
Yes,
because usually it's like
March.
It's like 8 weeks or more.
Yes. Yeah, or April. So, anyways, winter is long in Minnesota no matter what.
Right.
So, whether there's a groundhog that sees his shadow or not.
Right. How about you? Have you been doing anything?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
What have I been doing? I don't know.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, so dreams and visions.
Yes. What was our first subtopic?
Can God speak through dreams and visions?
The answer would be yes.
There's
right. Lots of biblical examples.
But not always.
But not always.
Not every dream we have is from God.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty strange dreams.
Yeah, right. They're crazy. So what would be the spiritual meaning behind dreams and visions? I suppose you could say God is able to activate our imagination, which we do in prayer.
Yeah.
And so we have our external senses, seeing, touching, hearing, smelling, and then we have our interior senses, which is form our imagination.
Yeah.
We can see things in our mind
that we don't observe in reality.
Yeah. It's like looking into the spiritual world, I suppose you could say.
Yeah. Or like people who are creative, right? Like people who paint, right? They are able to see something or that isn't.
They see it with their mind's eye, as Father Fabian always used to say.
Yeah.
He would say, I have the names in my head. There's a voice. The light is on next to your name because you weren't at class this morning.
Who do we need? We need Wagner or something to do Father Fabian's voice.
Yeah.
So
everyone can do Father
I'm not
Fabian.
gonna try. Because the imagination is part of our reasoning. No, how does that work? I forgot my Father Fabian class.
It's one of the faculties of the soul, I suppose you could say.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a power of the soul.
Yeah. And so like people even like who was it that asked Daniel to Nebuchadnezzar? That asked Daniel to interpret his dream.
He had a dream, and then Daniel told him what it was.
Remember what it was.
Yeah.
He's like, tell me the meaning of my dream. And all the wise men are like, well, why did you dream? He's like, I don't know. But you're supposed to explain it. So I always thought that was unfair.
Yeah. So Daniel told him what his dream was the interpretation.
And then the interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the statue made out of different materials, right?
Yeah.
A gold head, silver chest.
And the feet were like bronze and iron.
Bronze stomach and feet were iron and clay.
Iron and clay. Yeah.
Standing for the 4 kingdoms that took over Israel.
Yes.
After that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also the vision that he had of the hand writing on the wall.
Oh yeah.
And it says his.
So that would have been a dream. He wasn't asleep. That was a vision.
It was in front of everyone.
Yeah. So I try to like distinguish at least later the difference between vision and dreams, right? So the first one was a dream. This would be a vision.
A vision, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think if you go back to Joseph, the Pharaoh had a dream, right, of the 7 skinny cows eating the 7 fat cows, and he interpreted for him what it meant.
Well, Joseph even before had dreams.
He was known as the dreamer.
Yeah, and his brother, like his brothers, whatever, and his brothers didn't really like it.
Yeah, he had the vision of them bowing down.
Oh,
to
yeah,
him.
that's right. Yeah.
And they said absolutely not, because he was not the oldest brother.
Yeah, and usually, traditionally in Israeli culture, a lot of cultures, the oldest son is kind of the head or the successor to the father, and
Right.
so why would the older sons bow to the younger son?
Right.
That would not have been the tradition.
Right.
Rather,
But
the other way around. The younger sons would have bowed to the older son.
But it ended up being fulfilled because he ended up being the number 2 under the Pharaoh.
Yep.
And
because he interpreted this dream, right? Yeah.
And he distributed the grain, and they came down, and he saved them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Israelites got stuck in Egypt for 400 years and had to escape slavery, but that's another story for another time.
It was all part of God's plan, though.
All part of God's plan.
It was meant to be. Yeah. All right, so the other visions in the Old Testament and the New Testament, I think Ezekiel would be one. He had all kinds of visions that the Lord revealed to him. Like here in 37, the vision of the dry bones. Remember that? Did you ever sing that song in school?
No, please sing it for us.
Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them dry bones. And then it goes the foot bone's connected to the ankle bone's connected to the shin bone.
You're supposed to like touch your knees or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now hear the word of the Lord. So that's his vision. Is
that the one that gets faster and faster?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very good at that stuff.
So the answer is no. You never sang that.
Well, I might have attempted, but no.
I went to public school and we used to sing religious songs in those days.
Yeah, that's what happens in small town, southern Minnesota.
We also sang Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Remember that one?
No.
Okay. You were deprived.
I was. I went to Catholic school in Ames, Iowa in the 80s.
So anyway, he had a vision where the bones rattled and then came together, bone joining bone. I saw the sinews and the flesh come upon them. And then the Lord breathed life into them and they stood up. So it's the vision of the resurrection. The people of Israel who have died are going to be raised from the dead.
Beautiful.
Well, let's move on. I guess saints known for mystical dreams. You mentioned Saint Joseph.
Yes, yeah, because that's in the Bible. He receives dreams to take Mary in, right? Because he's going to divorce her quietly, and then he receives in a dream that he's supposed to take her in.
Right, and do not be afraid to take her into your home.
Yeah.
Marry your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess the question comes up is, how did he know that it was from God or from an angel? Even though it was a dream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's a sense where it would have gone against like what his society would have said, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not every day that someone is immaculately conceived.
Right.
And so the assumption is that Mary has been unfaithful.
Right.
And so the word on the street would be to for her adultery to be killed, I guess, according to the Jewish Mosaic law.
I suppose, yeah.
And so that's why he wants to divorce her quietly, because he doesn't want her to receive that punishment.
Yeah.
But because his dream goes against everything he knew as a good Jew, and he would, I'm not saying that's always a way to discern. Like sometimes what God wants us to do is the same thing that society wants us to do.
Right.
But in this case, like what society wanted him to do is the opposite of what the Mosaic law was. You know, what God wanted him to do was opposite of the Mosaic law. So for him to receive in a dream that he is to take Mary into his home would have been a very radical thing to do. And so I mean, yeah, I guess you could argue maybe it's for the evil one, but we always say that like God, receiving something from God is always positive. Like it always like brings joy and lifts people up. And it would have obviously lifted Mary up and her dignity.
Yeah, and I think it clarified the issue for him too. Like I think the angel told him that she conceived by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he should not be afraid to take her into his home, that nothing bad has happened here.
Yes. Yeah.
So I would say that it's very clear that this is from God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a dream where it's something from God and it's pretty clear.
I don't know if I have.
It's more vivid.
Yeah.
I think I had, when I was very young, I had a dream of Jesus appeared and I saw his face and I responded saying, "I love you very much."
Awesome. Beautiful.
And so, it's hard to say that that's not from God.
I would definitely not. Yeah.
Right. And then there are other saints in later times, like John Bosco, who had dreams or visions. We weren't quite sure, so we
asked Siri.
We asked Siri, and it said he had visionary dreams.
Yeah, great. I didn't know that was a third option, but okay.
Right. So it was a little bit of each or something.
Yeah.
But one of his famous, he had many dreams, but one of his famous ones was the image of the church as a huge ship going through the ocean.
Yeah.
And
what is it like? The Eucharist is on one side and on the other or something.
Yeah,
no, that's coming into harbor or something.
Yeah, it's coming into the harbor, and then the Pope is at the head of it, a man dressed in white.
Yeah.
And then he sees it being attacked by other ships that have crosses on their sails, which would signify the Protestant churches, and they're burning books and things like that, and then shooting at it. And he succeeds in bringing it safely into harbor between the two pillars. The taller one has the Eucharist on top, and the other one has the Blessed Virgin Mary. And then everyone rejoiced.
Yeah, and you can find paintings of that too.
Right. Yeah. And I was reminded of that when we were in Germany. Were you there for World Youth Day?
In 2005,
2005, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the Pope came down the was it the Rhine River?
Yep.
On a huge ship, and it was full of people, and then the Pope was at the head of it, dressed in white. And so it was pretty impressive. We were on the shore.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And people were pushing to get closer. And meanwhile, we're getting pushed down the bank of the river. So we're like, stop pushing. We're going to fall in.
Catholic mosh pit.
Yeah, sort of. All right. And other saints had visions, all the saints that had visions of Jesus in prayer, like Saint Faustina.
Yeah. So the difference between a vision and a dream would just be one you're asleep, one you're not.
I think so.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So who was it that had the vision?
Saint Faustina. She had a vision of the Divine Mercy image. And then I think she also had a vision of going to hell and purgatory and heaven.
Yeah.
And seeing the people there.
Yeah. Didn't Saint Joan of Arc receive a vision?
She did. There were other saints that spoke to her.
Yeah.
I think Catherine of Alexandria was one of them.
Okay. Yeah, they called her to battle or whatever.
Right. Yeah. And then there's the three children at Fatima, I suppose you could say. Had
very much so. Yeah.
Visions of Mary.
Yeah.
And, I guess we could get more into detail from classes relating to exorcism. They talk about what kind of visions you can have. Is it just in your mind, or are you actually seeing something like the reality is being manipulated? So you actually angels or demons actually take on a visible form.
Yeah. That'd be, well, we may have to address that next time.
Another time, yeah.
Another time, because yes. Anyway,
Okay.
our time is tighter,
All right.
but
So there's between personal and public revelation then. So we have these saints that have seen Mary or Jesus who has spoken to them.
yeah.
And that would be private revelation or personal revelation.
Doesn't the Bible kind of warn against private revelation?
Well, yeah, it could be. It could lead you astray because the devil can also appear as an angel of light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even as the Blessed Virgin Mary. Because I heard like during Fatima, there were like 100 other children in the area.
Oh, really?
That were claiming to see the Blessed Virgin Mary.
Oh, interesting.
And it was a distraction of the devil from the true one that was happening.
Ooh, okay.
So public revelation ended with the last apostle, which would be the death of St. John.
Yeah, which would have been around
100.
100. Yeah, 80, 100.
Yeah, and so that was the conclusion of public revelation. So private revelation does not add anything to the public revelation. In other words, you can reject it all if you want to.
Yeah, private revelation should not contradict the teachings of the church or the public revelation.
Right, which is one of the criterion they use to determine if it's authentic or not.
Yeah.
Does it coincide with what the church already teaches?
I like you have people like I received a private revelation, that I like some woman like am called to the priesthood.
Right.
And well, I mean, that's great that you want to be holy, but the fact that contradicts the teachings of the church.
Right. Yeah. So in IPF, they talked about 7 presuppositions about prayer. Do you remember those?
No.
And one of them was all personal spiritual experiences have to be interpreted in light of the external experience of the church's teaching.
Exactly. Yes.
In other words, if you felt like you had a vision or a dream or something that would contradict the teaching of the church, then you know right away that it's not from God.
Yes. Yeah.
Like a woman being called to the priesthood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the church's teaching it's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's also helpful in interpreting private revelation, that usually there's a commission that the bishop puts together and they study these, and are they contrary to the church's teaching? They look at the lives of the visionaries to see are they leading a life of holiness and prayer. Many of them became religious sisters or brothers, I guess.
Yeah.
And so then the question is, what about with dreams? And should we have a desire to have God speak to us in dreams, or is it better just to speak to him in prayer?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, can I take both? Can I have God speak to me
That's true.
in dreams and in prayer?
Catholic position is both and. So. But I think, usually when God speaks to people in dreams, he's taking the initiative as opposed to
I see.
us trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
So they're most of the time dreams are just our psychologies, like sorting out what's happened during the day, I would say.
Trying to make sense. Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes if you watch like a spy movie or action, then I end up dreaming I'm running from the enemy and my legs don't work very well and I can't run. And have you had those? Oh, that's right. You don't dream.
I don't dream really.
Okay.
But no, I'm glad that God doesn't speak through most of my dreams. That would be kind of crazy, actually. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and a lot of times we don't even remember our dreams.
Yep. Yeah.
So that could be, if it's particularly vivid, maybe God is speaking to it. But
Yeah.
and I suppose the devil can use our dreams as well, like nightmares.
Yeah. This is where a good spiritual director would be good too.
Right.
Right. Say like, hey, I had this dream. Like, is this God speaking?
Yeah.
Like you can do some discernment on your own, but it is actually helpful to run it by a good friend or a spiritual director.
Yeah, and I would say if we're having nightmares, there are certain prayers that you can say that are deliverance prayers or whatever before going to bed.
Yes.
To prevent those from happening.
Yeah.
Like the guardian angel prayer is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the last point is why most dreams shouldn't be overinterpreted. We used to have a silent retreat at the seminary, and there was one of the priests was a Dominican, and I had him for my director one time, and I mentioned that I think he asked me, like, what are some dreams that you have that keep occurring over and over? And then he started doing dream interpretation of them for me. And I was like, I don't know about this. To me, it seems a little bit too new age to
yeah.
I think that is a part of new age. They get into dream interpretation.
Yeah.
And it's divorced from a relationship with God.
Yeah. Yeah. We want to do everything in relationship with God.
Right. Right.
And so anything that's divorced from that.
Yeah, it kind of fits in with divination and reading tea leaves and things like that.
Yeah. Like what do they say? There's like three voices, right? God, the evil one, or demons, or yourself.
Or myself, yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot of dreams just fall into that latter category. It's like we said, it's just your brain sorting out what happened in the day or whatever.
Yeah, the psychological. Yeah.
So sometimes I do think people overly spiritualize things, and dreams can be one of those things.
Yeah. So a recurring dream I do have, though it's not spiritual or anything, but I'm enrolled in classes in college. And it's like 3/4 of the way through the semester, and I haven't been to the class yet. And I'm like, I have got to get to that class, otherwise I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to pass. And then I wake up and I was like, oh, what a relief! It's not really true. Have you had those?
No, because I'm not as smart as I'm not as academically inclined as you were. So,
well. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but
I don't know if I would even say I like have sports dreams where I can't like live up to my potential or whatever. Yeah. So I think this all falls under the category that I really don't dream much.
Okay. Yeah. Other dreams I have, the bus is there, and I'm still looking for my shoes or other things.
That would have been my brother.
He's waiting out in the yard.
Yeah, my brother's the one who was like Sunday morning. He came down to the van as we're leaving for church with his shoes and socks still not on, his shirt not buttoned, his belt unclasped.
At least he came down, I guess.
So he was always the last to shower. I think he had a lot of cold showers in his childhood.
He got like the leftovers after.
Yeah, exactly. It was 5 kids and 2 adults. So I think I don't think there was much hot water left in the tank at that point.
Yeah, poor guy. Even when he was like 18.
I didn't feel sorry for him. Like if he wants to sleep in that much and be the last to shower and be that lazy,
I thought it went by age, like the oldest one's got to shower first.
No, I think even my little sister showered before him. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah. That's all I have for this.
Okay. Yes. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Catholicism Unwrapped. So, yeah, I guess my bottom line would be, talk to someone that you trust.
Right.
someone who has a good relationship with Christ.
Right.
And if you really want like kind of what you call consistent guidance, then even a spiritual director would be something great to look into. I think we've said that in the past that if you are serious about walking about your walk with Christ,
right,
a spiritual director would be good to get.
Yeah, and it could be your confessor too, meaning the priest you go to for confession.
Yeah.
For a lot of these saints, that's the one they told about their visions and dreams, their confessor.
Yeah. So, as I just said, thanks again for joining us for another episode of Catholicism Unwrapped. Take care and God bless.
Thank you very much. And all things ad maiorem Dei gloriam. Saints known for mystical dreams. John Bosco. Is there anyone else? Were those dreams though, or visions?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about like Fatima? You can even talk about what about Medjugorje?
Yeah, vision.
Okay.
Was John Bosco dreams though, or visions?
I don't know. What about SJV?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
he saw the devil.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it a vision or a dream? Saint Joseph is obviously
those are dreams, yeah. But I mean, like where he saw the ship coming into the shore and the.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. Was he asleep?
Hey Siri, was Saint John Bosco's vision of the ship a dream or a vision?
I don't know.
He had a series of visionary dreams.
Non-helpful Siri.
Okay, well, we can say that, I guess. That means it's a dream.